some awesomeness over here.
Okay, well, so I've got this recording started on this end. So welcome to the training for the Instant List Machine software plugin for WordPress, and also how to take basically any site that has any kind of traffic and turn it into an income generation machine. So there's several parts to this. What we want to do first of all is show you how to download and install this software. And then we'll actually go into setting it up, and it's once you get it, how many people have installed it, download and installed it? If you type in the chat box, that'd be awesome. Let me see here. Okay, Lawrence, we'll have everything recorded for you. Lawrence says he's in the middle of Texas and can't get out.
Oh, hey, that's Lawrence. He sent me an email. I responded back to him, so I want to make that's cool. He's on here. Hey, Lawrence, what's going on, man?
He says he's having a problem downloading, and he doesn't have any audio, so he can't hear us, apparently.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll send him a link a little bit later. All right. Hey, Mike, you can throw that over here if you want.
Okay, I'm going to send my screen to you.
You got me?
Yep, you're up.
All right, cool. The first thing you're going to notice after Mike took you through this process here, here's the actual download link up here.
Yeah, I don't have a screen.
I'm sorry. Show my screen. There we go. I've got two screens going, so it popped up on the other one.
There you go.
Mike, you got it now?
Yeah, all good.
Okay, cool. Mike's already taken you through how you actually find the file once you download it, but let me just drop in this link here. Where is it at? Doesn't seem like I could type in there, Mike.
I'm sorry, what?
Doesn't seem like I can type into. I want to drop this link in so people can download it and get to this page if they need.
Okay, 1 second.
We're going to get up here and run in just a second, guys. Just give us a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and put that link in the chat box.
Okay, cool. So anyway, whenever you get here, you'll just right-click on that where it says the big download button, or you can click directly on it. And what's going to happen is it's going to pop up. It's going to ask you to put it on your desktop somewhere. So we're just going to put it on my desktop here, and we're going to put it in a folder called Bob. It's an easy one to find. And literally, once you download that, you actually go over to the WordPress site like Mike showed you, and you will go to Plugins, Add New, and we're going to show you how to license this thing real quick. So we're going to Add New, Upload, Browse, looking for Bob. There's Bob. It'll say level 2 secured, install now.
Yeah, you're going to have to, Dennis, you're going to have to go back through all of that. You went way too fast.
Oh, I did? My bad.
Yeah, please go back, uninstall it, and redo it again.
Okay. Got to wait for it here.
Yeah, there's usually just so you know for future reference, there's about a 5-second delay from when you do something when it actually shows up. So while it may seem you're going kind of like you're going slow, on the screen it looks like you're going really fast. So if you could just kind of walk through that again and do one little small step at a time, that'd be awesome.
All right. My bad. My brain's running 1,000,000 miles an hour. Let me just go back in and delete this. All right. So what's going to happen is once you get to the download page, you're going to click on this download button here. Then what's going to happen is you click on that. It's going to pop up a screen. And I just created a folder on my desktop called Bob. And we're going to put that file in that folder.
Okay, so what he's saying is he's created a new folder, so you'll have to like on your desktop, so this will be really easy to find. That's the whole idea of putting the plugin in its own folder on your desktop, so it's really easy to find.
Yep, exactly. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to our WordPress site. Let me get back to the Add New Plugins. Over on the left, you see right here where it says Plugins, we're going to scroll down and click on Add New. Then we're going to go here under where it says Install Plugins up here at the top left. We're going to click on Upload. And then what we're going to do is click on Browse, and we're going to go and find that folder on our desktop, this one that says Bob right here. We're going to open that. And excuse me, this file right here will say Instant List Machine 1.3 Level 2 Secured. So you just click on that, and WordPress will instantly see that you uploaded that. So now we're going to click Install right here, this button right here. And if any of you guys were on the webinar yesterday, you'll know that I've got this installation on a site that got a lot of content on it, and I kind of need to get straightened out. So typically it's not going to take this long for you to install, but we'll just wait for it here for a couple more seconds. And while we're doing that, actually, I'm going to go back over to my inbox. And once you download and install it on your site, you're going to get an email that looks like this. It's going to say, from Duncan at IM Scout, and the subject line is going to be license key for Instant List Machine. And within the body of that email, in between these two brackets, is your license key there. So what we're going to do is copy and paste that. You can either right-click on it or do old school like I do, and I'm going to copy it. And we're going to go back to the plugin, and we're going to click on Activate Plugin. So once that gets activated, I'm going to show you where you find that plugin in your dashboard. But first, we have to enter the license key. And there it is. So WizShield is the company that protects the software. So we want to enter our license key in here, and then hit Validate Key. And what it's going to do at that point is it's going to just check on our servers, and it's going to say, hey, okay, you guys are cool. You have a license there. Congratulations, your product is now activated right there. Now click here to go to the dashboard, and that's where we're going to go now. Back into the WordPress dashboard, you're going to go into Settings on the left over here, and that's where Instant List Machine is going to set, right here underneath this particular plugin I have, but it might show up in a different place on yours. So go to Settings, Instant List Machine. Click on that. And just waiting here. Hey, Mike, I'm not monitoring the questions here. I'm kind of keeping my eye on the screen. So if something pops up, will you let me know?
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, so the first time you create one of your instant list machines, you're going to go up here where it says Add New Machine. So we're going to click on that. And it's going to ask you up here to the left where it says Select a Page or Post. You're going to select a page or post. If you select a page, it's going to spin, and then it's going to give you a drop-down menu for Select Page. So I'm just going to scroll down through here and find a page. Let me see here. Actually, let me put it on a post because I know where those are. I've got too many pages. So we're going to select a post to put it on. And this particular one is going to be called Sun Green Systems. That's just something I already have set up on my site that I'm going to insert an instant list machine. Now, the third step is going to say Select Theme. And you have 6 different options of colors here on the current beta version. So what you're going to want to do is select one of these. And you can't really see what that is, what that's going to look like in the beta version yet, but we're going to have a preview coming up soon in the version 1.4, where you'll be able to kind of get a preview of that. So as we're moving further down the line here, you'll see here there's a question mark next to each one of these sections. And if you hover over that, it's going to show you this particular section says Add Text to Tab. Well, since you're new, you can be like, well, I don't know where that's going to add text to tab. Just hover over the question mark, and it's going to show you where it's what field that this is going to affect.
Yeah.
So
So I'm going to jump in here. Whenever you hover over those question marks, you may need to scroll down a little bit further to see the full image. But an image will come up, and it'll have a red box. You see it'll have the red box, and it'll have red arrows, and it'll tell you which part you are currently editing and which part you're currently adding text to. So that one, there's a little tab that sits on the side once the prospect is closed out the squeeze page, and so that's the little tab that the red arrow is pointing to. So when you put text in there, you're actually changing the text that goes on that tab.
Yep. Thanks, Mike. So on this one, we're going to say, watch this awesome video. Now, the second section here is select your tab background color. You can see where it says watch this video there where the arrow's pointing to it. You can change that to any color that you want, and you simply do that by clicking here where it says select color. And you can scroll around and customize this, the tab bar on the side, to what's going to match up with your site really good and make it aesthetically pleasing. You can also pick them from down here as well. These are just some quick links. Now, if you're really savvy, and let's say you're a web designer or something, and you actually know the HTML color code, you could simply find that off on your site somewhere and copy and paste it in here. So you'll get an exact match of the color for that button. So we're going to, on this one, let's make this one, what do you say, Mike? Green? How about that? Moving along here.
Okay, and again, would you hover over the question mark on that so we can see where this color is going to go? No, the one above, the green color you just put in. I just want everybody to... Okay, so it's the background color of that tab, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so that way, folks, you know which part you're editing. So if you ever get lost and you can't figure out which part you're editing, just hover over that question mark and it'll show you exactly what you're editing.
Yeah, I kind of zoomed in on my screen a little bit, Mike, so maybe it's a little bit bigger now.
Yeah, that's better.
Let me show you this next section. This is the headline above the video. We're going to hover over that. So the best practice here is to keep your headlines short, and we're actually going to provide, we're going to take some questions here in a little bit and provide some suggestions and figure out what niches you guys are in and maybe give you a couple headlines to get you going. So hover over it. You can see the arrows there. That's what's going to be your headline. So we're going to put want more traffic. And the best thing to do here, I've learned from experience, is to make this what they call a H1 heading. So it's going to make it a little bit bigger. You've got all these different formats in here that you can select. And you can also customize the text color, of course. You can make it red. You can make it blue. Really any color that you want. For this particular example, I'm going to go with black just to keep it simple and so that whenever we get this set up, you'll actually be able to see the results pretty quick. Let me scroll down here a little further. This next section is what they call text above the video. And that's just below that main headline.
It's like a subheading.
Exactly, it's a subheading. Actually, Mike, we should probably make a note of that and change text above video to subheading. So let's, as we're...
Yeah, I'm going to grab something to write with. Hang on one second. Or just go ahead. Yeah. Keep going.
Okay, cool. So as you can see, it's highlighted there. And what we're going to do here is do this. Watch this video below. Now, again, on all of these fields here, you can see we've got HTML and text editor boxes. You can fully customize any of these text, fonts, colors, whatever you want. You can center it if you like. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. So we're going to make this one, let's see what size we want here. Let's just make this like a header 3, heading 3. And for those of you who aren't experienced with WordPress, it pretty much is self-explanatory here. The heading 1 is the biggest, and then it just decreases as the number gets higher. So that's that. Headline below the video. Let me scroll down here a little bit. Now what you're going to see here is right below that very bad picture of me. There's going to be a bullet, what I call a bullet point section, which I'm going to fix that as well. So we're going to add your great benefits here. Underneath that is going to be the text below the video, the bullet point section. And you can actually make that, we're going to put a little bullet point in there. Benefit 1, benefit 2, benefit 3. Moving right along here. So let's see. First headline above the form. Now, what this is talking about here, whenever we say first headline above the form, we mean the opt-in form.
Yeah,
that's that section.
That's. I was just going to point out that this is the form itself is going to come from your autoresponder form code, which will be whichever autoresponder you're using. Now, you know, I know that you may be tempted to go find a free autoresponder, and they exist, but the deliverability on free autoresponders is very limited. They get blacklisted and put on spam lists because people use, you know, free autoresponders or throwaway autoresponders. The paid autoresponders, they spend a lot of their money keeping themselves on white lists and keeping themselves off of spam lists, which is, that means to you, what that means to you is increased deliverability to your prospects, and it won't go, you know, the emails won't go to spam folders and stuff. But that little opt-in form that you see below the black text, you know, down below the blue arrow, that form is created by the code that your autoresponder gives you. You don't have to worry about trying to build that or anything. It's just a copy and paste thing. So anyway, sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No, that's awesome. Just to further clarify on what Mike was saying there, what we're going to customize here is where it says enter your name and email below for immediate access. We're going to input that here, and then also the text underneath that. The only thing that's going to come from your opt-in form per se is going to be where it says name and email, and we'll show you how to do that here in just a second. So let's do the first headline above the form and make that say enter your name and email for great traffic tips. Moving along here to the second, this is what we call the sub-headline, and I need to fix that one too. It's funny as we're going back through these, I'm noticing a lot of things I can improve here. This is going to be the sub-headline underneath the main headline on the opt-in form. So let's just put in grab the free report. Now, I'm probably going to come back after I take a look at this once we save it and preview it. I'm probably going to come back and modify some of this, but we'll get to that once we see how this looks. Now, what this submit button text is really your call to action. So you want to have a really call to action and keep it kind of short too, because you don't want it spilling over. And I'll show you what will happen once you have a call to action that's too long. So, in fact, I'll do that now.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm just going to jump in here. One of the things that people put on that submit button, it means submit your information, but the word itself, submit, means that you're like giving in, you know. So a lot of people recommend you put something on there like get it now, I'm in, or I want it, or like he's got here, get your report or grab it. Something like that. It's an action thing, and they know that if they click that button, of course, you have to tell them to click it. You have to tell them to put their name and email. That's why it says enter your name and email below. That's why we call it a call to action. We have to give the prospect exact instructions on what they're supposed to do to get what they want. So enter your name and email below, and then click on get your report.
Yeah, and just to add what Mike said there, in the screen here where it says get your report, I've actually read some tests here lately, whereas if you put that button, the text in that button in the first person, like get my report or give me my report, for some reason that converts more. So always try to make your call to action on your button something in the first person, because when the person goes to click on it, there's something psychologically that connects with them that makes it very personal. Like, get my report, give me my report. So just a quick note. So on this particular one, I've made it really long because I'm going to show you what you don't want to do. So we'll see that here in a second. Now, the other cool thing is on the submit button, we can modify the background color. And I'll show you what that means whenever we go to see an example of it. But whenever you hover over that button, it will change colors. And this is where you would select what color to make it change to. So let's just pick, let's pick a green. Privacy policy. This is the little section underneath, right here, underneath the submit button, where you want to put something like, we will never share or sell your information. I don't know, Mike, you got any other suggestions?
Well, there's a couple of different schools of thought on that. One of them is don't put anything. And the reason is because if you even bring up the idea of sharing or selling information, that could scare prospects off. So some people say just leave everything blank, or you just put, we hate spam as much as you do, something like that.
All right, well, let's put something in. We hate spam too. Okay, now this is where what I think is a really cool feature here. It says add fly-in direction, top, left, bottom, and right. Now, some of you, there's a lot of people on this training webinar, but some of you might be in a country where you read from, instead of left to right, you might read right to left. So we actually have the ability for you to choose if you want it to go the slider to slide in from left, right, top, or bottom. And for this demo, we're going to slide it in from the right. So it might not make sense to anyone in the U.S. as to why you would want to have that that option to come in from the left, but a lot of customers from overseas would hopefully greatly appreciate this. So that's something we wanted to add in, so this is more of a little worldwide plug-in that everyone can use. Now, this next section here is add scroll percentage when the page flies in. What this simply means is, if you see my screen here, how I scroll down, now I don't have the plug-in installed on this site, but this is the scrolling mechanism to the right, and I can set that plug-in to 5%, and as soon as somebody scrolls down a little bit, the instant list machine will slide in. Or I could put it at 50% or 100%.
Yeah, so let me mention something here. The way the reason this is designed this way is because whatever post or page you're sending people to, or whatever they arrived on, they're going to hit the fold, and if they're interested in reading more, they're going to have to scroll down. So if you're going to give away, I'm just going to go on some niche. I'm going to talk about a niche that's outside of this, the make money, the MMO, we call that make money online niche. But like if we go to and pretend like I'm going to set this up for a pizza restaurant. And on my post that they're reading, I'm talking about some great specials that we have coming up. And what I do is I talk about all the different specials we're going to have, and then I say, right above the fold, where they'll have to scroll down to see it, I'm going to say, scroll down to see all the great coupons we have. And when they scroll down, that's when the thing will come in and say, sign up now to get the coupons. So basically what you want to do is have a perfect match between what the prospect is reading on that page and then what you're offering them on the opt-in page. And that way you'll get very high opt-in percentages. So, but you may want to have the people scroll down even further because, you may have more material that you want them to consume before they get to your offer. So that's why you can pick the scroll percentage.
Yep, and percentage when the page flies in, okay? So that's exactly what Mike said. And probably, you know, the best practice, like what Mike was saying, is don't make it slide in immediately, you know, at 5% or 2%, because at that point you might as well have a pop-up on there, and it's just nonsense. Put it at like 50% or so, or even 75.
Well, that's also, again, that depends on how much content and how you're going to lead up to this offer. So basically you can use your post page or your page as a pre-sales page for that offer. And it depends on how much of that page you want them to read before they get hit with the offer.
Exactly. Okay, so this next section here is called add fly-in speed in milliseconds. And really what that is how fast the page appears, not based upon scrolling. And we'll go more into detail once we set this up and go look at it. But what that does is how fast it appears on the page. So we're going to put this at like 300.
Hey, why don't you, hey, Dennis, why don't you go ahead and set that at 10,000?
Okay.
Because what that'll do, folks, is it'll make this the opt-in form, the squeeze page, come in really slow, but you'll be able to see it. So whenever he demos it, you'll be able to see it come in really slow.
Yeah, good point. The next section here is going to be embed video. And you can simply go to YouTube. Does anybody need me to explain where to get the
yeah, go ahead and do it. I think you ought to go ahead and do it. We got a couple of brand new newbies on this call.
Okay, no problem. That's why we're here.
Now, folks, while he's bringing that up, I want to mention something. If you've got a video camera and you got like any kind of blank wall in your house, or you can go outside and set up your video camera. You can set it on a chair. You can set it on a table, and you can do your own video. Okay, I got an echo. Just changed something.
No, I'm good.
No, it's all echoing right now.
It's all echoing right through.
Oh. Still echoing?
Well, when I talk.
Oh, I didn't change anything. I didn't even move.
Oh, so it's YouTube.
Oh, it couldn't be YouTube. I just pulled it up.
Yeah, well, something in your sound setup, something's different in your sound setup, and every time I say something, everybody's hearing it three times.
Oh, okay. Is it still doing it now?
Check 1 2. Yep.
All right, well, let me do this, Mike. Let me, you're going to have to record it then. Can you mute me out and let me plug in my headset? I was recording it too.
Well, I got it. I am recording it.
Okay, good. So mute me and let me plug in my headset, and then we'll pick back up here. So mute me out real quick.
You are muted. Okay, so on this video thing, if you have a website where you yourself appear in your site as some kind of an expert, for example, and you're making an offer to your prospect, then you would probably want to appear in your own video on your squeeze page. And to do that, you just do a short video on your camera, on your phone, whatever, and you can bring it into Windows Movie Maker and edit it, Windows Live Movie Maker, or you can use iMovie on your Mac. But you can edit your video, whatever you want to do. The best kind of squeeze page video is only going to be about 30 to 40 seconds long. It's going to be really short. You're going to have a quick call to action. You're going to list about 5 or 6 benefits and reasons why they need to get this report, and then just say fill in your name and email address over here on the side, and click the button, and you'll have it in seconds. So it's all about the offer that you make, and it's all about what you're trying to give away. I want to give you I'm going to type this into the chat box. I'm going to give you a URL to a place where you can find a lot of private label rights material for very inexpensive. It's called tradebit.com. And if you're looking just for giveaways, you can find hundreds and hundreds of things there. I suggest you buy a few pieces of it. It's pretty cheap, 99 cents. You can get a good ebook. But and then you can create a squeeze page and offer this to people if they'll sign up with you. So really simple to do, and there's a great place to get tons of material, tradebit.com. But anyway, you can make your own video, or like I said, we are having 6 kind of stock videos made for a couple of niches and also for a couple of different subjects in the make money online niche, which would be like traffic and SEO and product creation, things like that. So we're going to have some videos already pre-made for that you can just drop in there and use. We'll have them uploaded to YouTube, and we'll send you the links to them, all that good stuff. So anyway, Dennis, you ready? I guess I need to unmute you, don't I? Let me find you. Okay, see if we can hear you.
Awesome. You got me?
Yep.
Is that any better, Mike?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, just to add to what Mike was saying is that if you don't want to shoot a video of yourself or something, or you don't have a PLR video or something,
hey, dude, there's always Fiverr.
That's what I was going to say. Fiverr.
Yeah.
It's fiverr.com. And somebody will do a quick video for $5 for you. And like Mike said, it only needs to be about 30 to 45 seconds. So that's also a resource too. So moving along here, I'm in my YouTube account now, and I'm going to go into my video manager. Click there. And what we're looking for here is the share video embed shortcode. And it sounds like it's some kind of disease or something, but it's really not. We are going to grab this one down here. So I'm inside my YouTube account, and we're going to go here to this Realtor Messaging Robot. I'm going to click right here on this video, and I'm going to click there, and it's going to pull that video up for me. And let me just let that load. I don't want it to play. But what we're going to do is checking out Realtor Messaging Robot. So what you're looking for here, underneath the video, underneath the title, there's a share button, or share, the word share with a red underline there. Click on that. Let me scroll down a little further. And then you're looking for this embed code right here. Right here. We're going to click on that.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump in here. Dennis, if you'll go back and say share this video, click on that link, which is next to the embed code.
Mm-hmm.
If you'll click on that, and so they can see the link again, to the left of embed. Okay, click on share, and then click on share this video. Now that's going to come up as a default. Now that link right there, if you want to post this video, say on Facebook or something, that's what you would use. You'd post that link. But if you want to be able to actually put the video and play it on your page, see, when you share the link, you're just sharing the link. But if you want to share, not share, but embed the video on your page so it becomes a part of your page, then you have to use that embed code. So go ahead and click on that embed link now. And see, now this is a line of JavaScript that will basically, if you paste it into any web page, it'll have the video then embedded within the page, and it becomes a part of the page. So go ahead, Dennis. Sorry.
Yeah, and let me add to this. Don't let this type of stuff scare you.
No, it's just copy and paste. It's just copy and paste.
It's copy and paste. So we're going to highlight this, and I'm going to copy it. We're going to go back over to Instant List Machine, and right here where it says Embed Video, we're going to paste that in. Okay, you don't need to change anything. The optimum size is already what's defaulted to, which is, if you guys want to grab a pen, is 560 wide by 315. And that's where you see these numbers here. So if you wanted to make your video larger or smaller, you simply just modify these numbers here. Don't let this stuff scare you. All right? Moving along here. Do you want this video to autoplay when the slider slides in? YouTube videos only. Click yes. The theory behind this is, as soon as somebody comes to your page and whenever they've scrolled to the appropriate percentage of the page, your slider comes out, you want your video to start playing so it will get their attention. So click that autoplay selection there. Now here's where we're going to go. And hey, Mike, the autoresponder thing's pretty in-depth. Have a suggestion for that or idea?
Yeah, I was going to run through a quick setup, just using my Aweber account.
Do you want to do that, or do you want me to do it? Because I can go into mine just as easy.
I tell you, what you need to do is just go in and create a new list. Just do the basic stuff on the list, and then go straight to the form code and where to get it. So yeah, go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to go over my Aweber account real quick.
I want to mention this about, I've already told you about free autoresponders. I used to use a free autoresponder until I noticed that my response rates were really low. I had, several thousand people on it. And I realized that my emails were really not getting delivered. Was I making sales? Yeah, a few now and then, but not that many. As soon as I switched to a paid autoresponder, my sales, jumped up probably 5-6 times what they were. So is my open rates and my deliverability, because you can get all these stats. Now, the first paid autoresponder I ever became a part of, I did it because it was $5 a month cheaper. It was only like $15 a month instead of, most of them charge $19.95 as a minimum. So I'm like, I'm going to save that $5. There's no stats. I couldn't tell if people were clicking or opening. I couldn't tell if I had a good subject line. Now, my emails were going out. I could tell because I was getting traffic to my site and traffic to my pages and stuff. But I didn't have any way to know who was opening. I didn't have any kind of reports. I mean, that extra $5, it was worth it. So I spent maybe 2 or 3 months with the first paid autoresponder, and I realized I needed a real one. And that's why, like I said last night, you need to get a good list machine. And this Aweber is one of those that are out there. There's 2 or 3 really good ones that most people use, and most companies use stuff like this. Aweber is very inexpensive. It has lots of great features. It has lots of great reports. But with any autoresponder, you're always going to have issues over time. And I've had my share of issues with them as far as deliverability and changes that they've made. And I also I own and use GetResponse, which is another quality autoresponder system. So both of these are good, but you can just pick whichever one you want. I started with Aweber because it seemed really straightforward, and I still use it to this day. Lots of things you can do to automate your business and make your business run on autopilot if you have one of these. If you don't have one of these autoresponders, you can't do that. So anyway, he's going to show you quickly how to set up a brand new list. You got to fill in a few little details for the list, and then we'll go to the thing where it says sign up forms, that tab there, and all he's going to do is grab some code and go put it into Instant List Machine. So you're on, Dennis.
All right, thanks. So I use Aweber like Mike does, and like he said, having an autoresponder, if you're not building a list, I mean, that's why you bought this software, is because you want to start building a list. I mean, literally before I got on the webinar today, I was in Aweber working on some follow-ups and checking some different things on my list to make sure that, my broadcasts and emails were going out. So this is a tool that I use every day, and it's the cornerstone of your business. So don't mess around with the freebies like MailChimp and stuff like that. It's a waste of time. If you're serious about making money online, get either Aweber, GetResponse, SendReach, Infusionsoft, or something like that. So here we are on the inside of my Aweber.
Let me just say, two of the services he just mentioned, SendReach and Infusionsoft, are outrageously expensive. However, they're super high quality, but you won't get them for $19 a month. They're like $900 or something. They're outrageously expensive.
Yeah, Aweber, I mean, I'm still using Aweber. If it works for me and Mike, then it should work for you guys as well. I was just throwing it out there for some other names. So, but yeah, they are very expensive, and, maybe that's in your budget. I don't know. So here we go. We're inside of Aweber. I'm going to create and manage a list. And got a few things open. So go over here to the right on the big green button that says Create a List. And as you can see, I've got tons of different lists. I didn't even scroll down. So the first thing you're going to want to do is we're going to want to name this list. Up here to the top where it says current list, right up here top left, it says default 3211218. Well, that's this number here. So you want to name this something that you can easily remember. We're going to call this instant list test, list description. Just to keep things short, I'm going to abbreviate some things. So it's going to be list description. And this is what your subscribers are going to use. And the cool thing about Aweber is whenever I hover, just like in the Instant List Machine tool, there are little help pop-ups here. So if you're unsure of what a section is, just hover over it, and it's going to give you a little help section so you can figure out what it is that you're filling in. So this is what your subscribers are going to see whenever you send an email to them. Then you'll put your name here, your preferred email address, and you're also going to need to put some type of address in there. And the reason that this is required is because of what you see to the right there on the pop-up. It says the CAN-SPAM Act requires that you include a valid postal address in your message. P.O. boxes for your business are permitted. So this is just a government style, required thing, just as a courtesy. So when you're sending somebody an email, that they can unsubscribe if they want, and they need to know where it's coming from. All right. The next thing is, if you want, and this is one of the cool features that I like. This is something that whenever I first started using Aweber, I didn't use. Yeah. This is something that I didn't use.
This gives you instant gratification.
Yeah, and this is something that I didn't know even existed when I first started using this. And what it is when somebody subscribes to your list, you can put your name in here and say, hey, send me an email when somebody subscribes. And I'll tell you this, if you're new and you're just starting to build your list, there is nothing greater than getting that first subscriber. Because here's what that tells you. It tells you somebody found you or discovered you or heard about you or was referred to you by someone online. They came to your site. They liked what you had to say. They liked what they read. They said, hey, I like and trust this person. I'm going to give them my name and email, and it's what they call a value exchange. They give you their name and email in exchange for maybe a PLR book, a free report or something like that. And then when they hit that submit button, they're on your list. And guess what happens? You get instantly notified from Aweber, and you can see somebody join your list. And it's a pretty cool thing when those things start coming through. You're like, okay, wow, I got one today. How do I get two tomorrow?
Yeah, it's amazing. Then you can actually see the results whenever you start increasing the traffic. Let's say that you go and do a traffic buy or something. I'm gonna give you a little secret on a way you can send some visitors to a site real quick, but you can notice the increase in subscribers because you get these emails, and if you have any kind of tone when you get a new email, like if you have it set on your phone to chime, your phone will just go on chime, 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 chime. It'll just start chiming all the time when you have all that traffic coming in and all these new people getting on your list. It's awesome.
It's really cool. I still get excited when I see somebody subscribe to the list. I don't know about anybody else, but I do. Here's another cool thing. We're going to save these settings, but before we do that, you can see here where Aweber provides you at the very, very bottom of my screen down here. It's what they call the setup wizard. So they're keeping track of what you've set up to this point. So if you overlook something, forget something, Aweber is going to notify you and say, hey, you forgot to set up this part. So as we move along here, you're going to see this little setup wizard start to move closer to 100%.
Also, Aweber, if you ever get to a point and you don't know what to do, they have videos of everything, every single step.
Exactly. And let me show you here where it says quick help right here in the middle of my screen. They've got how do I create a new list, how many lists can I run, more articles. There's a help button up here. Just a lot of different features. Aweber, for especially new people, is really cool.
Yep.
And plus, I think their customer support's really good too, because you can actually get them on the phone and talk to a real live person. So that to me is important. So we're going to save the settings here. And it says successfully save settings. Hang on. it's just going to flip us over to that next screen. But let me go back and show you something real quick. So these are all of our settings that we've set up. Got it all good to go.
Is that all we need to go ahead and do a form?
Yeah, I think so. I've got to go through the personalized list confirm document. But the other thing too, see our setup wizard down here is at 34%.
Right.
So we're moving along. So we're going to personalize this list. We're going to say it's Internet Marketing Scout.com, whatever, HTTP, www.yoururl.com, and thanks for subscribing, Duncan. All right, you've got to have a valid URL in here, so let me put my real one in here. You can also add a picture over here if you see over here, upload a picture. I'm going to pop that. We're not going to do that today. And scroll down to the bottom, save settings. Oh, we got some errors. What did I do?
It says that the URL was invalid. You got 2 P's instead of 2 T's in your HTTP.
Oh, okay. I'm from Kentucky. I'm not that smart, dude.
Yeah, I know. They didn't teach you how to do that internet stuff, did they? Now you should be able to save it.
Oh, jeez. What did I do here? There it is. I think it's saved. Let's hit one more time. There it is. All right, so cool. Moving along here. Next little section. Mike, you want to comment on this, the confirmation message, the double and single?
Yeah, basically what you want to do is you want to use double opt-in. It'll protect you in case of spam complaints. If you get, I mean, if somebody charges you with violating the CAN-SPAM Act, it could cost you a lot of money. So, and if you do just single opt-in, I mean, a lot of people do that single opt-in stuff. But first of all, any kind of soft bounce or anything, the people go off your list, and that's on down the road. But suffice it to say that a double opt-in, what that means is the people put in their name and email address into your form on your page, and they click submit. And then they get an email that says, hey, did you just fill out a form? If you did and you want what you're supposed to get, click this link in this email. So they're basically weeding out all robots, viruses, things like that can fill in forms online. So those, obviously, those people or those entities, those machines, those robots, they can't open an email and click the link. So only a person can. So what that proves, and a record is kept of every time somebody new signs up to your list. It has the time they signed up, how they signed up, where they signed up, what their IP address was, and then it sends them that confirmation email. And when they click that link, it also records that. So there's no way that the person could come back later and say, I didn't ask for this, because we have them asking for it not once but twice. So that's and AWeber and GetResponse and all of these autoresponder companies, they keep all of those records and store them for you in case you ever have to get to them. So always use double opt-in.
Yep. So next thing here, it says your confirmation message. Don't spend a lot of time trying to figure this out. Just the standard opt-in confirmation thing is sufficient. Anyone that's done any online marketing is pretty accustomed to using it. However, if you do want to modify it, it's just as simple as clicking on it and changing the text fields there. So we are going to hit Save Settings.
No, wait a minute. The success page right there.
Well, what I always do on those is I always put, because I've got so many different forms, I always put a success page on the form that I create. But we can show them this as well. So,
yeah, well, we need to tell you when people see this page.
Okay, when do they?
Well, it's after they confirm. After they confirm. When they click that link in their email, the confirmation link, they will be taken to this page, which means they've just double opted in. So if you offered them a freebie on your opt-in page, this is where you would want to put the URL to the PDF file, because then the PDF would just open immediately. So you would put
Yeah.
you would put whatever your website address is, www.yourwebsiteaddress.com/myfreereport.pdf. And that way, when they click that confirmation link, that PDF file will open immediately in their browser in a new window. And that way, they have just gotten what they asked for. But also, in the very first automatic follow-up email, you put the same PDF as an attachment in case they didn't get it the first time.
Yep. Mike, you are an internet marketing explainer poet.
I try, man.
All right. So for this example, we're just going to put as if our confirmation page was going to go back to my blog and I had a page that said thank you. So we're going to hit Save Settings. And the complete setup, as you can see down here on the right, the setup wizard is at 67%. So we're almost there. We're not going to get all the way to 100. Well, yeah, I guess we will. I'm going to show you how.
Well, no, you don't have to go all the way to 100. I think we got plenty now to. I think you ought to put one follow-up message.
Form.
Okay. It needs to be one follow-up message. That'll be the first message that the subscriber gets, and you can just. This is where you would also include your PDF. You can include an attachment with this, and in that first follow-up email, all you're going to say is, "Hey, thanks for signing up to get my Wowee traffic report. It is attached to this email. Although you could have gotten it earlier. A copy is attached to this email. If you need something, give me a call, give me an email, whatever. You know, it's short, sweet, to the point, and that's it."
Yeah, and as we're going through here, I clicked on Messages at this window, and then it put me through to this Create Your First Follow-Up. So as Mike was talking, I was I don't know if you saw my screen or not. I was kind of trying to highlight what he was talking about so we could save a little time. So now what we're going to do is create that first message that he was just describing to you. So we're going to go, just waiting here, subject line here, your free report. Let's scroll down a little bit. Now you can also customize these too. Let me just show you this real quick. If on your form you're asking for a first name, you can always put if you're new, you can put, first name in there, last name, whatever, and Aweber will insert it for you. So you could put first name in there, and whenever that person enters their name and email on your site, it will send this email to them, and it'll put their first name. So it'll say, Bob, your free report. So it's a little bit more personalized. Let me show you this. So it's got the same type of personalization down here, and for this section you would simply find the personalization section there. Two separate ones. There's one for the subject line and then one for the body. So
and again, this email doesn't have to say a whole lot. It can just say, you just requested my free report. I've attached a copy of it to this email. Have a nice day. Obviously you're probably going to say a little bit more than that, but people ask for something, they signed up for it, and you give it to them. It's really easy.
And then right here is where you would attach that PDF or upload a file.
Right.
Simply click on it, grab it off your desktop, insert it, and then what you want to do is you want to hit Save. And once this turns gray right here, that means it saved it, and you want to go to Next. And then Save and Exit, because that's going to be the very first email that goes out as soon as somebody opts in. So the very next thing that we're going to do, let me show you this real quick before we move along, is we're going to set up our form that's going to go into the Instant List Machine.
Yeah, so I'm just going to hop in and let y'all know. So we went into Aweber. If we already had a list that we wanted these people on, this would have all been set up, and all we would need to do is this part here, which is grab the form code. But what we did was we showed you how really pretty quick it is to set up a brand new list starting from scratch and even put in the first follow-up email. So not hard to do, just takes a couple of minutes, and then you have a brand new list set up, and now he's going to show you how to get the sign-up form code so we can drop it into that box on Instant List Machine.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. So now we're going to go over to the tab where it says Sign Up Form, and that's going to be this little form right here. We showed you on the example here. The little where it says Get Your Report. This is the form that we're building on where it says name and email. So go over here, Sign Up Forms right here.
Yeah, okay, Dennis, one thing, when you jump back and
Hmm.
forth between ILM and AWeber, it's hard to tell where you are sometimes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, no,
Let me
I'm
go back.
just say you're in AWeber now, or you're in your plugin. See, right now he's on
Okay, gotcha.
AWeber, and he's got you can see these different sign up forms. He's going to create a brand new one here, and it's going to be really simple because we don't want all the colors and the bells and whistles and stuff.
That's right. We just want a very, very blank form because the Instant List Machine is already customized for it. So we're going to create your first form, and this is equally as simple. I know whenever I first got my Aweber account, I was like, wow, I'm overwhelmed. This is too much. Once you get used to it, it becomes second nature, and you can crank these out really fast. So you've got 3 sections up here: Design, Settings, and Publish. And really what we're looking for here, we don't really care too much about how this looks because remember, the Instant List Machine already has a designed opt-in form, and that's one of the features that we've taken all the guesswork out of that. They're built-in templates, so you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So we're going to select a very generic template. However, I would recommend one thing. There are this basic one here. Let me pull that one up. You see how that's got like the little square boxes in the background? What that means is it's on a transparent background. And that's really the one that we want. For me, that's the one I like for Instant List Machine. So we're going to click on that and load that template. And the very next thing we're going to do is we're going to delete these other little sections. We don't need any of these other little sections here. We only want the name, email, and submit button. You don't even need to customize this button here because remember, Instant List Machine already has a customized button in there. The only thing I would recommend doing is just making this ever so slightly a little bit wider. And all we're going to do now is save your form. And it's saving, and we are going to go to Settings next. And if you see down here in the bottom right, our setup wizard is at 84%. So Aweber's keeping us posted, keeping us up to date, and helping us along. Now, this is cool too because whenever you get a notification that somebody subscribed to your list, it's as you start to grow your list and you have multiple lists, you're going to want to know where they came from. And even though you might have 5 or 6 different potential lists, you want it to say, okay, it came from, let's say for example, I've got an Amazon page or an Amazon offer on a page. I would want to put that form name in here so whenever it comes through, it'll say Instant List Machine List : Amazon. Somebody, oh, okay, cool. Somebody subscribed to my list, and they came from that form that's on the Amazon affiliate page. Simple enough, I think. Your thank you page. Oh, before I jump into that, you do not want to click this, the Facebook integration. Always leave that unticked. The thank you page is going to be, it will default, since you're doing double opt-in, it will default back to the basic thank you page. So click save on that.
Let me just point out now, you can, when you get pretty good at using Composer or InView or something like that, or if you just want to make a page on your blog that you can send people to that gives them instructions, because remember, if you tell people how to do something and what to expect, they're much more likely to complete the task. And the action that we asked them to take was just to fill in their name and email, right? Well, as soon as they click that button, it's going to take them somewhere. And if you use the basic version thank you page, it basically just says, can you preview that? You can preview that page.
Yeah.
Go ahead and click on the preview, because what it says in a moment you'll get an email. In the email you need to open it. See, it says you've just been sent an email. It contains a confirmation link. Now this page that text is not really big. Some people may click that submit button and go, what is this? Oh, I must have screwed up or something. And they'll click the back button or something. Who knows? But if you read that, it says in order to activate your subscription, you have to open that email and click that link. So what you may want to do is make your own page with yourself in a video saying, thank you for requesting this. I just sent you an email. All I need you to do is open that email and click the link in it, and you'll immediately be taken to your free report. Just a really short, 15-second video explains the exact same thing. And it's you doing it, so people, they'll understand now that you're the product creator or you're the one who's giving it to them. So, I mean, if you want to establish some kind of persona. But you can put that right there. That thank you page is the page that people go to. You can also, it says custom page, that'd be your own page, and you'd have to put your URL in. But that is where people go to as soon as they click the submit button. So we have the confirmation success URL that we filled in earlier so that they could get the free report. That's the URL to the free report. And then we have the thank you page, which is where they go after they click the submit button. Go ahead.
That's where they'd be right there. They would land on this page.
Right.
Cool. Thanks, Mike. Now what we're going to do is just save the form. And that is simply going to take us to the next section where we are going to, let me see, did I screw something up here? Let me see. No. Okay. Go to step 3. I'm sorry. I'm in the middle of some awesomeness here. Simply, here's what you want to do. Who will publish the form to your website?
I will.
You are going to do it. I will. I nominate me. Yeah. You've got 2 choices here. You can do JavaScript, snippet, or raw HTML. I recommend for Instant List Machine just using the JavaScript, and that'll be the first one that'll pop up. So you'll simply just copy that. And 15 or 20 minutes ago, whenever we went, took a side road here, this was where we were trying to get to, because this is the code that we want to copy and go back to Instant List Machine. And where it says embed form right here, we want to copy and paste that code right there. All right?
Yeah, folks, let me point something out. We don't give a damn what that code says. We don't care how it works. I don't even know what it is. It says it's some kind of script or JavaScript. I don't need to know what that is either. All I know is I just copy that and paste it in there, and I'm good.
Yep. Now, the final step is your logo or banner at the top. And I need to add that extra question mark. Up there at the top of this example here, it says Instant Listings. And that is a banner logo that I have for this particular squeeze page or for this Instant List Machine. And you're going to find that banner in your media library.
Well,
okay?
let me just point out that if you have not uploaded a banner, it will not be in your media library. In order to
get to that.
In order to have images in WordPress, you'll have to upload them yourself, and we are having a graphics package developed, so you'll be able to use some of those graphics too. But go ahead. Sorry.
So this is where you would choose that image, and we've already got one pre-set up here. And just so I could find it quickly and easily, I've made it all X's. So we're going to select that one, and we're simply just going to save the changes.
Now watch. When he clicks on Save Changes, the first thing that's going to happen is a preview button is going to appear right next to that. So we made it so that as soon as you get everything set up the way you think you want it, you're immediately able to preview it to make sure it's how you want it to look before you even, assign it to a page or anything.
Well, we actually got to kind of fix that because, I just noticed that. It's going to take you back to the main settings here, but we're going to have that corrected on the version 2.
Oh, yeah.
Check this out. Once you save it, you're going to have to go back into Edit, and it's just one little extra step. So
scroll all the way to the bottom, and then the preview button will be there.
Exactly. There it is right there. Preview. Right down here at the bottom. So we're going to click on that. My computer is bogged down. Preview. It's going to open a fresh window. Now remember, when you go here, that form, I might have another pop-up form coming up here we'll see here in a second, but right now you can't see the Instant List Machine.
Yeah, notice there's no squeeze page on this, but this is a WordPress site, and as he begins to scroll down, remember we set the seconds for 10,000 seconds, so it ought to come in really slow. But go ahead, Dennis. Let's see what happens.
Well, waiting on it to completely level. In a second here, I'm going to shut down some of these windows. See it coming in? It's coming in so slow.
There it is.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we see it.
Now, a couple of things we intentionally goofed up. So remember that, and I'm going to show you here in a second. Okay, so the auto plays. Remember, we intentionally made that submit button too many characters, so it's not even appearing. And these are the types of things that you're going to run into. And Mike and I discussed this before we got on the webinar. We wanted to make some mistakes when we're doing this so we can demonstrate to you how to fix those. So this isn't 100% like what it should be looking like. So here's how we're going to fix that. I'm going to go in, and in 2 seconds, I'm going to fix this. Look how slow that is. Jeez.
Yeah,
Mike,
change the speed back to 300.
Yeah, next time let's go 100,000. How about that?
It'll take forever.
Okay, so we're going to change that to 300 milliseconds. We are going to shorten up our call to action. Get my copy. I saw another little thing up here I want to fix. One more traffic, watch this video below. I want to center that, and I want to center this, and also want to turn that white. Now I'm going to save that. And once that saves, you can literally just go back to your page. Just saw another little error. You know.
Click on refresh and you're good.
Yeah, so we're going to hit refresh here. And once this refreshes, you'll see this little green tab over here disappear.
Now what we changed on the opt-in page, on the squeeze page, we changed a couple of headlines and we centered some stuff, and so it ought to be a little bit prettier.
Yep. Fingers crossed.
And we also changed the slide-in speed.
See how quick that came in that time? Now, we've got a mistake on here. I've got the opt-in form a little bit too wide. So we would have to go back in to our Aweber account and get that worked out.
You have to go back and edit that form and redo the code. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to take a couple questions, Mike, while I get back in here and do this?
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking through them now.
You guys have any questions while we're regrouping here on this?
Yeah, they got lots of them.
Awesome.
Let's see. Olivia asks, let's see, under address it says avoid generic addresses like yahoo.com or at AOL.com. Does this mean you have to have it from your website? It doesn't say you can't use those. It just says avoid them. And that's because sometimes, since those are free email addresses, it's better to use Gmail, even though that's a free one too. But Gmail has a lot more perceived pristineness, and it's not abused like some of these other free ones. Like Yahoo and AOL, anybody can get an account anytime. Doesn't require any kind of phone verification or anything. So that's why they tell you to avoid those, because what could happen is that address could get blacklisted somehow, because they're much more prone to be blacklisted because people use them to spam other people all the time. So that's why they're telling you to avoid them. Manuel is asking, where do you save the PLR giveaways? I think what he's asking is, how do you put the file online? Is that right, Manuel? Is that what you're asking? Yeah. Okay. So So when you have a website, or for example, in this case, well, yeah, when you have a website, you'll have a control panel that you log into, and it has a file manager where you can actually upload files to your website, or you can use an FTP program. But a lot of people start out using the file manager. That is, I mean, whenever you set up a hosting account somewhere, and by the way, y'all, hosting costs about $4.90 a month, and that's it. When you set a hosting account up, you'll have a file manager. You just log into your hosting account, and it'll say File Manager. You click on it, and it'll have some kind of graphic representation of your computer and your hard drive, and then the web server and its hard drive. It's really just another computer, is all it is. So all you're going to do is upload the file from your computer to that computer. It has the same kind of directories and everything as your computer, so it's really easy to get around it. Anyway, we can show you an example of that here once we get through with this. I need to make a note of that. Denise is asking, let's see. She wants the URL to a blog that has a plugin installed. Yeah, so the URL to the
I'm sorry, Mike.
The URL to the site that we're looking at right now that has the plugin installed is listnowsellfast.net /sungreen-systems, and that's the page that the software is installed on right now. So if you're listening to this later, that's where you go. You go listnowsellfast.net /sungreen, all one word, -systems with an S. And that'll take you to this page, and it has the software installed on it, so you can check it out there. Okay. See, there's a couple of other questions. People mostly asking for recording. Are you going to record this? I have to go. Several people said they had to go, but they're still here. So, yes, we are recording this, and everyone will get a copy of this. You'll get a link to it, so you can watch it and follow along with us so that you can get yours set up. You're back on, Dennis.
Yeah, hang on just a second. I've got a little bit of a...
Sounds like you got a video playing.
Yeah, I do. Hang on just a second.
Yeah, so if you have other questions, now's a good time to ask them while Dennis is playing around. Other questions, anybody that's here, if you have other questions, let us know. Let's see, I'm looking at... Yes, the recording will be audio and video both. Okay, that takes care of that.
All right, let me change a couple things here. You got me back, Mike?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay, good. Grab your free report. All right, let's hit save here. I think what's happening, Mike, is cooking something on me over here. I gotta.
Someone's asking, Chi is asking if the video tab, where it says, you know, the little tab that floats on the side. By the way, folks, if the thing comes in from the right-hand side, that's where the tab will be. If it comes in from the top, the tab will be on the top, and if it comes in from the bottom, the tab will float on the bottom. But the question is can the size of that tab change? Do we have an adjustment for that?
No, but that's something we should probably look at here in the very near future. It'll expand vertically, but you can't put too many words in there at this point.
Okay, so we want to be able to add that feature, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, for some reason, that particular form that I chose, it's not liking that, so no biggie.
You're
Oh,
gonna customize. Yeah, Chi, I'm gonna Chi, I got your question here, and I've got written in my notes that that's one of the recommended things that we'll do in the next version is customize, be able to customize the size of that tab. Because I know what you're saying. It would be, I think it'd be kind of cool to make that tab a little bit bigger or maybe a little bit longer, and have more words on it. Maybe a better call to action. So, or I might want bigger words, or I might even want to put an image on it. So that's something we'll have added in the next release, which should be probably next week sometime. Other questions? Okay, you ready to go, Dennis? Oh, he's changing the size. Yeah, what he's doing now is he's changing the size of that form. Because remember, it pushed all the way out to the edge. So he's going back and editing the size of that form so that it will fit inside the box better and just look a little bit better.
Yeah, as you guys can see, if you, gotta kind of play with it just a little bit, but once it's set up, it's good. Let me grab this. Yeah, so just redesign that form really quick. Let me just grab this. I think that's what's throwing it off a little bit here. So we're going to get it going here and show you the real version.
Yeah, I'm going to answer Chi's question again. He's asking, can the opt-in page be wider to provide for the width of the form? No, it's easier just to make the form smaller. And that's what he just adjusted the size of the form. Now he's going to replace the form code in the form, and that'll automatically shrink the size of the form. So let's test it again. He's going to scroll down after it loads.
Awesome speed and connection here. Love it.
It ought to, the form ought to be centered almost perfectly now.
Don't jinx me, Mike. There it is.
Yeah, see,
there it is.
It's perfectly inside the gray area, and all he did was shrink it down just a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So there it is. You might have to play around with that form just a little bit, but you're good to go. And, you know, it looks nice. Got your logo up here at the top. You've got your headline, and then you've got your sub-headline. We'll scroll down here a little bit. And let me just do this. I'll shrink down the screen a little bit.
Yeah, by the way, this is responsive. It will look perfectly normal on any kind of mobile device. It'll work. It works great on iPads, iPods, not iPods, but iPhones.
Yeah, no, I'm shrinking it down right now as a demo.
Any kind of tablet device, any kind of phone, any kind of mobile device.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chi, you can type in I think 150 places into that box. The box does not limit the length of the email address. He was concerned, Dennis, that we didn't have enough room for a longer email address, and it automatically gets bigger and bigger, so it'll hold a huge email address.
So here's the other thing too. Now it's reduced over here on the side, and there it is. If your visitor wants to drop down the size, they would just close out, and I can't reach it up here, but they would close out the form.
Okay, so that's basically how to set up each. Now, by the way, you can one of the things we're going to have is a way to just copy it over to another page. That feature doesn't exist yet, but that feature will be added, and it should be coming out pretty soon, like next week again. I'm pretty sure we can probably get this to you by the end of next week with these some changes that we've already seen and been talking about, plus these other few things that we decided to change here on this training. So anyway, that's how you actually set up the list machine on any page or post on your site. Now, if you don't have a website, I mean, I think some people said they didn't have a website last night. The first thing you need to do is go and get the video training for WordPress. I'm going to go ahead and type in the chat box the URL for that. One second. Anyway, I'm going to give you the URL so that you can download the bonuses, but the biggest bonus you need to get if you don't have a website is the step-by-step training for WordPress. It's very easy. It starts out with buying a domain name and getting a hosting account, and you just follow along with it and just do the steps that are included, and you'll have your own WordPress site up and running in just minutes. It's pretty easy to do. And you know, it's in video, so you can just do exactly what they do on the video. So let me give you this. One second. Here is the link. I'm putting it in the chat box now. It should show up in yours. That is the link to all of the bonuses, and the first bonus is that 30-part video series on how to set up a WordPress site. So that would be your first step. Once your site is set up, you can create a few posts. Just type up a couple of articles about something, and then you can install Instant List Machine and decide what kind of offer you want to make. I've given you a link to tradebit.com, which is where you can get all kinds of super dirt cheap private label rights material. And we had one question about how do I get the file uploaded to the server. And if you'll just go into your control panel.
Here, while you're talking through that mic, I'll show. Go ahead. You're talking about the file, the actual plugin file?
No, not the plugin file, but your PDF, your giveaway.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, your giveaway. So if you could just go into, let's see here. Yeah, can you go into your
media?
Yeah, I was thinking, can we just upload it to media?
Yeah.
Put a PDF file in there and see what happens. I've never tried this.
Okay.
So you can go to your media and you can just upload the file here and then go to the link on it. Let's see if this works. Upload a PDF that you have. I've never tried this. I just put graphics and videos in there. It does say media.
Yeah. He's talking about to put in the Aweber, or is he talking about attached to the?
No.
Here it is, right here.
A place where we would have it online so we could download it.
Oh yeah, you just put it into your WordPress media.
Media.
Library.
There you go. So you can upload it right here, Manuel. I think that was who was asking. You just
and then simply all you do is just copy that file URL right there.
There you go.
And you could actually just paste that into your first email that goes out. Number one.
Or you could put it in your confirmation success URL too.
Exactly.
In Aweber. So when they clicked on the confirmation link, it's going to open up that PDF.
Yeah.
So there you go. That took care of that.
Yeah.
Really easy
So
to get that file up there online so people can download it.
Yeah. Any other questions coming through you see, Mike?
Let me double check. Yeah, one second. Yeah, I don't see anything new. There was a couple of questions that have been answered that just came in. We answered those earlier. And then, let's see. I think Manuel was the one who asked about where do you save your giveaway file. And I think, Manuel, we just answered that. You can just upload it as a media file and then go to your media and right-click on it and get the link to it. And then people can download it. So that makes it really super simple. You don't even have to go to your control panel. You can just do it from your administration page right there in WordPress. So we've been going about an hour and a half, folks. I hope everybody's gotten a lot out of this. I tell you what we'd like to do is I typed in the chat box the support email is support@ internetmarketingscout.com. What I'd like you to do is, as soon as we get off of this, if you would all email any ideas or any questions that you have, anything that you'd like to see happen, if you'd all send them to that email address, we would really appreciate it. And if there's any questions that we didn't answer, and we'll put those back out to everybody, so everybody will have that answer too. But for now, we're gonna call it a day. Dennis, you want to add anything here at the end? Because we've gone through the whole setup pretty much. The only thing we really hadn't covered is how to, what words to put on that page. Like this one says, want more traffic? Watch this video. That's pretty direct and to the point, and everybody wants more traffic. So little things like that. And also you got 3 ebooks on your bonus download page that will help you write really good words that'll make people take action, which is exactly what you want them to do. You want them to fill out their name, their email address, and click that submit button. So, Dennis, you got anything you want to add?
No, I think just one. The only thing I want to add is looking forward to getting some feedback here. I mean, that's the whole reason of doing this early and getting some early adopters on, is that we need feedback, because there's people that are going to see things that we don't see. I mean, just today I saw a couple little things that I want to fix. So, like Mike said, certainly email support@internetmarketingscout.com, and be open, honest, and let us know what you think, what we can fix, and how we can help you. That's what we're looking for.
If you're having trouble installing anything or changing a setting on ILM, the Instant List Machine, you need help on that, email the support desk. And if you've got, what we'd really like to do is have another one of these training sessions. That'd be really cool, where we have 4 or 5 people on. We can show others what you've done with it, and we can like show your site with your ILM machine on it, and we can show that you're already getting a list.
That's a good idea.
Well, yeah, then other people see that it's working. So we did get a question from Olivia just now. She said, let's see, did you just say we can download a PLR from the Media Center and get the link and copy it so the subscriber can get it from our message? I didn't really say that.
I did.
But he might have said it. I don't know. But here's what you do. Dennis, if you could go to your WordPress.
Yeah. Have you got it on my screen or your screen?
No, you're still on. Go to WordPress. Okay, if you could, go to Library. If you click on Library, Media Library. Okay, so there.
Add new?
Now you see, no. Where's the PDF document that you have already uploaded?
Right here.
Okay, so there is a PDF right there. Now, how do we get the link to that?
We'd simply click on Edit. This is how I do it. There's a couple different ways to do it.
Click on Edit.
Over here on the right.
It says File URL. Now, what that is the path to that file. Anybody that puts that into their browser window, if he just copies that into the browser window, it will automatically open up that PDF file. Are you doing that now, Dennis?
Yeah, it's coming up.
So you see that? You see that? It opened up. It's opening up that PDF file. So what you can do is you can use that same URL for your confirmation success URL. Now that is what people go to when they click the confirmation link in the confirmation email. Remember, Aweber wants to make sure these people are real and not some kind of robot or virus or something. So when someone signs up on the form, it goes to Aweber servers, and they immediately send a confirmation email back to the email address that was entered in the form. In that confirmation email is a link that they have to click. When they click that link, if you will put this link right here, the file URL, into Aweber and save it, when they click the link in that email, it'll open up that PDF right there. Cool.
Yeah, I had a little hiccup on that, but
Olivia, did that answer your question?
Olivia, you still with us?
Yo, Olivia, I'm trying to talk to you.
Yeah, Chi says, thank you both. You're a good teacher, step-by-step guide. Oh, awesome, Chi. Thank you.
I saw that, yeah. Okay, Olivia, I just want to make sure you got that. So anyway, what we'd like to be able to do is y'all get this set up and then send us an email to your page where you've got the Instant List Machine installed. The whole idea here, and the reason we're going through all this, is to make sure you get it, okay? If you don't get it, if we skipped a step or something, then you might get lost. But you'll be able to refer back to this recording and just do exactly what we did today, step by step, and you can set this whole thing up. So here's the thing is, we want you to start getting those notifications from AWeber that, hey, you've got new people on your list, right? Because eventually you'll have enough people on your list and you can send them an email for like an affiliate offer, and people will buy. They will know who you are. You gave them that free report, right? Now you have a list, an audience of people you can talk to about different products and services, and those three extra PDF files, the three extra e-books that are on the bonus download page explain how to talk to people using your email account, using your autoresponder. So be sure and go through those before you start just sending a bunch of emails out. Of course, first things first, we got to get the Instant List Machine set up. We got to make sure that people are starting to sign up on it. So that's the first thing. And once you get yours set up, please email Dennis or email our support email address, support@internetmarketingscout.com, and send us your web page address so we can go check it out and see what a great job you did. And then next time we get back together, we may do this again next week after the new software comes out, the new version. It may be week after next, but once the new version comes out with all these extra features, we want to go through those with y'all. So anyway, I hope you all got a lot out of this. Thank you, Olivia. Happy holidays to everybody. Y'all have a great holiday season. Hopefully we'll be talking again next week. But for now, I think this is going to take care of it. What do you say, Dennis?
Sounds good. Hey, thanks everybody for coming out. Hopefully we gave you guys tons of value. Like Mike said, hit us up, and thanks for taking the time out of your day to be with us. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you a whole lot, and look forward to helping every one of you.